Hey, happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back to the Guidebook Greenroom. And Gulnaar, welcome back to you. We're flipping back to our normal roles this week, where I get to ask the questions. So, how's it going? How's your week? Yeah, what have you been up to?
Hey Nathan, I am so excited it's Friday. I've had a great but busy week. And yeah, I'm happy to be the person answering questions. It's hard to be the interviewer, so good luck.
Okay. You went to an event this week there yourself, right? How was that?
Yes, I attended Pandemonium, which is really focused on the product space, the tools, and kind of craft of the industry. It was just so much fun. It's a great time. There's just so many amazing speakers and people there to learn from, and it was in downtown Raleigh, so super convenient as well to get to.
Amazing. Well, it's always good to shout out good events in this space. So,
Mm.
happy to do that. And today we're going to be talking about adoption, or mobile app adoption to be more specific. It's a conversation that with a lot of clients, it comes up as an anxiety, right? You're buying a product. How do we get people to onboard? What can we do to make adoption better, improve adoption, increase it? So yeah, I'm kind of keen to jump into that and really just get some tips. You've been at Guidebook a long time. I think you've got a wealth of experience to share. You know what to do and what not to do. So yeah, what tips do you have for those people either struggling with adoption or looking at it as something they want to improve, realistically now, maybe in 2025?
Yeah. App adoption is just so important. And as you mentioned, I've been at the company for a while. So I've had the opportunity from a support perspective to talk to clients and also end users about, how to make best use of an app. And then also from a sales perspective, getting that ROI, right? Like making sure that people are thrilled with what you've built for them, and that it's worth the time, the money, the energy, effort that you've invested into an app platform. And there is a little bit of fear around it that I think we can try to assuage some of those concerns. I do have three tips for people today to help you realize success with your app. The first one, arguably the hardest one, is to take the time to come up with a plan. The app adoption metric is a direct measure of your plan. How effective is your promotion strategy? That's what that number tells you. Um, your app adoption number also measures like the value perceived by your audience. But first and foremost, you have to take the time to come up with a plan so you can be strategic about your app adoption. Also, give your audience the time to follow those instructions. Like, give your audience the time to get into your app and like get to that aha moment and be super excited about it.
Amazing. And I think, yeah, coming up with a plan, definitely. Executing that plan also really important. Are there any quick tips for users who, yeah, they're kind of they don't know where to begin, right? Have we got any resources we can kind of share that allows it at least for people to start their plan or kind of copy and paste anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So first step is committing to having a plan. You devising a strategy, right? So now you need to figure out what to say and like how to get that message across. So tip number two is to have a multi-channel outreach strategy and communicate value. Why should people download your app? What will they get out of it? And yeah, we definitely want to inspire you and at least give you some copy as a starting point because it's really hard to just come up. You're staring at that blank page and the cursor is blinking. Like, what do I say here? So you can like mix and match the resources that we provide you to design your outreach strategy. We give you a website that pushes people into the app. We give you a QR code for that website. We'll give you like a PDF poster that you can distribute digitally, maybe as an attachment, or you can print it out and pin it up on bulletin boards. We also give you an email template and then little snippets of copy that you could use for social media, or you could even use that as a script for a video. And you can refine that copy to like highlight certain things in your app. And again, however you come up with your content, whatever your multi-channel approach means for your organization, the point is to reinforce the value of the app. You want to convince your audience that they need the app in order to have the best experience, and that will yield higher adoption rates.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a really good, important point. Like that, multi-channel approach, right? I mean, and everyone watching will have different ways in how they communicate with their audience. I remember when I'm laughing because it's cringe thinking back to it. When I was a Guidebook customer and we tried to make a video as like a how-to, right, of someone downloading the app. And I remember faffing around in the office trying to capture this video of an attendee, getting into the app and all that good stuff. But it was trying to think of different ways to really demonstrate the point, right? It's like have a lot of resources, have a lot of different ways you can communicate. But yeah, I think that is super important. If you're a massive trade show and you've got a huge LinkedIn presence, it's easy. You can kind of keep pushing it out. But if you're a smaller, niche group and you're relying on email, make sure you've got enough steps in that campaign or that sequence or whatever it is to drive the message home. So you mentioned you got 3 tips. So I guess this is the last one.
Yeah.
What is it?
Last but not least is to promote over and over and over again, right? Promote early, promote often. Reinforce your message every chance you get. Ideally, you're promoting early and people get into the app ahead of time. And then when people arrive and they're gathering together and sessions are starting, you can reiterate the value of the app and all the functionality you've made available to them to augment their experience by like display that QR code on your digital signage or print signage or in the slides. Remind people to pull out their phones and fill out the session evaluation forms. That word of mouth component is so powerful. Even if it's a goofy video, but like someone talking to you about it is more impact. It's hard to ignore someone talking to you about something. It's much easier to like walk by a poster and pretend you didn't see it. But yeah, like if you're folks who are listening, if you are staff, if you're volunteering at an event, or just kind of model the behavior for your attendees. So if someone asks you a question, pull out the phone, pull up the app, and like show how you find the answer to that question. And maybe they'll be inspired to do it themselves rather than having to track you down and get that answer. Also, this kind of behavior like affirms people who are using the app. Like it confirms to them that they're in the right place, doing the right thing. And it'll add a little bit of peer pressure for people who haven't downloaded the app yet.
Yeah, definitely. No, that makes a lot of sense. I remember kind of coming back to our recent guide trip. I think something that was really well done by you and the organizing team with the app is creating exclusivity. And for me, that exclusivity was restaurants, right? We had a company get together. There was only so many seats at different places each night, and you had to get into the app and book where you wanted to eat before they ran out. I mean, they were all good restaurants, but I was obviously in the UK coming to the US, and I knew what kind of food I wanted to eat when I was there, especially some of the good fried chicken. But that drove me into the app, right? That was like that got me in there, making sure I could eat at the restaurants I wanted before they were booked out. And every event has something that can be exclusive, right? That has something that can create the behavior to incentivize people to come in and schedule, whether that is a limited workshop, whether that's meetups, restaurants, could be a 5K run, anything like that that just feels exclusive and incentivizes people. Yeah, I think having recently used the app, that for me, that was just a great insight into this gets people in here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you recall from our company trip, we didn't have any printed materials and very little information was shared via email. And we didn't set up a website or anything. It was just if you needed to know where to be when, like which hotel room were you going to be in, like signing up for dinner spots, when is the bus leaving, just the slides for like our meetings that you were having while people were on site. Absolutely everything was in the app, and we didn't have to worry about like paper printed materials becoming obsolete because a time changed or like somebody's flight got delayed or something like that. The app stays up to date. You have to change information in one place and send a notification out, and everybody gets it. And you have to be in the app to see what's going on and participate. There's also like the social impact there too, right? Like if you want to participate in the leaderboard, you have to be taking actions in the app. Or where's all the photo sharing happening? Or who's coordinating which board games we're bringing for Wednesday night or whatever, right? So all those conversations are also happening in the app. So make sure you're in the app too, so you don't miss out.
Definitely. Yeah, that notion of like FOMO, I think, is a great thing to try and create, right? If you're not in the app and you're seeing, if you start cultivating some energy in your app, share that, because that will get people to come on in. I think that's a great way to round it off. And yeah, another top 3 tips for adoption feels like a really important, conversation to have. So thanks for jumping in, and thanks for sharing. Really useful.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I just want to remind everyone who's eavesdropping on our conversation that we are here to help you strategize around promotion to drive up your app adoption, usage, and engagement. So we'd love to hear from you. Like, what creative ideas have you implemented to that resulted in good adoption? And also just ask us if you need help, if you need ideas. We love talking about this stuff. So thanks, Nathan. It's great to chat as always.
Always. And yeah, let us know in the comments ideas, or if you need help, because we are happy to help. But yeah, see you all next week, and good to see you again.
Yeah. Happy Friday.